So that's how
Yeah.
I kind of use my meditation. Right now, I just meditate like 10 minutes a day. It's
Hmm.
just me sitting somewhere and just calmness. When I first started doing it, I was crossing my legs and sitting in the rooms in the darkness by myself. Now it's just I can meditate anywhere. And that's my way of doing so. For those who don't know how to meditate, I first learned to meditate. I read a book called Meditation for Dummies, and it
Hmm.
was very useful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but it works for me. And I think I should actually meditate more.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever experimented like doing it indoors, doing it outdoors on a sunny day? Like, do you have a preference of where you like to be or where you feel the most benefit from it?
Well, if I'm doing it intentionally, honestly, it was best for me when I had my prayer room.
Yeah.
I had like a closet that it was just nothing but a candle, like a candle and a notepad, and I had like a little prayer book. But that was the
Yeah.
most useful for me because it was very intentional. But I just don't feel like it's necessary. Like if you can just find your peace and your serenity, and you can just find somewhere that's quiet, I think that's the best way. I used to have kids used to have a trampoline in the backyard, one of those
Hmm.
big ones,
Yeah.
and he used to have like the tarp around it that like kept you from being able to fall out.
Yeah.
But I remember I used to have some amazing meditation sessions in there. So just anywhere you can find peace.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did this. I used to do so I do a lot of speaking as well, and I actually did this speech, and I tell people that if you're so busy, um, when it's time for you to do a number two in the restroom, that may be your time to meditate. Because you're in the bathroom, the door's
Yeah.
closed, you by
Yeah.
yourself. Most people get on the phone or most people read something. I
Yeah.
tell people go ahead and just check your thought processes and see what's going on. It's the perfect time for you to meditate. So that's what I actually did a speech on that. But yeah, anywhere you can find quietness and peace.
Yeah, I mean, and most people don't realize because I've been studying it a while too, is there's so many different types of meditation. And there are people that train you and tell you you have to meditate 30 minutes a day, or it's like you don't have to do that. What you need to do is if you can do it a minute a day, that's better than nothing, right? So
Definitely.
I
Hmm.
think there's a lot of people out there that say, well, you have to follow this regimented meditation routine every day, and that's not the case. Do what's right for you, but do something, even if it is just a few seconds or a minute. It can really change your outlook and your day. So, um, I love that. Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah, I
Um,
love it too, man. I'm glad to hear that you meditate. It's a great practice, and keep encouraging people to do it because it's life changing.
well, I've had people tell me, that people who are spiritual in other ways, they look at meditation as diverging from whatever religion they're a part of. So if they're Christian, they think it's, they might be hardcore Christian and think, well, that's not part of what my religion is, but it really isn't about that. It's more about
Hmm.
helping your mindset, helping your stress levels, improving yourself physically and mentally. It really has nothing to do with what you believe in, but I think people often get those two things confused. Do you see that too? And when you talk to people about this?
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, so I used to be real big in the church, and this was
Yeah.
one of the battles that I have fought with as well.
Yeah.
Was, is Jesus okay with me doing this? This was when I was ignorant and learning. But
Right.
if you really read the Bible and you study it, there's a portion where Jesus goes, he leaves for, a certain amount of time. And
Yeah.
when he leaves, he goes into this cave.
Yeah.
And when he's in that cave, that's what he's doing. He's meditating. I think that was right before Satan um, tried to he tried to I forgot whatever Satan tried to seduce him or whatever,
Yeah.
and he was trying, but that's what Jesus was doing. He was
Yeah.
meditating. Now I just feel like people have to believe that the answer is within. Um, and if you don't believe it, then meditation just isn't for you.
Yeah.
But truly deep down inside, the answer is always within because, like I said, there's always a source that's trying to communicate with us, but we're so distracted that
Hmm.
it can't get through.
Yeah.
And the only way that you're going to be able to connect to that source is if you meditate. And it's
Yeah.
hard for you to quiet your mind, and it's hard for you to find peace and get into a position of where people won't interrupt you. My best meditations happen about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when children are asleep, when nobody is up and it's just me.
Yeah.
And I can just focus on me. Like I can love me. Like when I'm up at that time from 3 to 6, yeah, that's the time I tell people don't bother me because it's me time and it's me really loving myself and pouring into myself. And you have to be okay with who you are. If you have to live life by design, if you don't trust yourself and your decision making and your thought processes, and you need a book to pretty much regulate your decisions and how you live life, then so be it. But to be honest with you, in order for you to really connect spiritually and religiously, you have to be able to connect to yourself. That's the only way that it's going to work. Is
Yeah.
if you have to be able to connect deep down with source, and you have to give God or give the universe what's on the inside, not really what's on the outside, because that's what we present to everyone.
Yeah. I love what you're saying because I'm the same way. Like I will do it 5, 6 in the morning. Um, and for some reason at that time, I think you know this too. There's this quiet about the world at that moment. Like at 5, 6 in the morning, it's like everybody is sleeping and you are alone. And that is the best time to have that deep looking inward, relaxing, getting your mind ready for the day. For some reason at that time, it's great. Do you ever do it at night though? Do you ever do like an evening meditation before you sleep or anything like that or not?
No, I'm not. I haven't been too intentional about it.
Yeah.
Maybe, and the thing is you never know when you meditate, right? I might not call it meditating, but I
Yeah.
may be meditating. So it's plenty of times where I'm sitting in bed on the
Yeah.
pillow, just thinking about the day,
Yeah.
reflecting on my thoughts, reflecting on my decisions. And if you think about it, that's meditating.
Yeah.
It's just that I'm just not sitting in a specific way with my eyes closed, with my fingertips touching.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just really in my mind. And I figured that that is another form of meditation as well. Or even in the shower, right? When you take your nighttime showers or baths,
Yeah.
um, and it's no music, no distractions. You just thinking to yourself, that's meditating.
Yeah.
The thing is being intentional about it, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the thing about meditation is it's going back to, is this thought beneficial or should I let this go? As a man that's going through a divorce right now,
Yeah.
my mind constantly tries to go and think about the past.
Yeah.
And then my mind has to constantly remind me. It has to constantly remind me to let it go
Yeah.
and care more about the life that you're creating now than the life that you were living before. And I think that's a form of meditation itself. I feel
Yeah.
like that's a form of God as well. I feel like God is communicating and making sure that, that it's reminding me, or, that they are telling me that everything is going to be okay, and
Yeah.
not to put myself in a depression by letting my thoughts control me.
Yeah.
So I think I did. I think I meditate all throughout the whole entire day, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, I was
If you th-
into, I
you
mean, I
think
really,
about
what's that? So go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, yeah, I was gonna say, you think about it, meditation is all it's about your thoughts and paying attention to your thought processes. Before I
Yeah.
started meditating, I never paid attention to my thoughts. I think I was just a thinker that just thought. I was just going throughout the day,
Yeah.
letting marketing, letting distractions distract me. Now I'm aware of those things. That I can tell when I'm being distracted. I can tell when I'm being drained. I can tell when my emotions are changing, and it's all because I'm paying attention to my thought processes, or to and I think that that's the benefit of meditation, is being able to think of things through before you act.
It's like a heightened level of self-awareness, I guess. Would you call it that in a way?
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, it's like having a regulator. Hey, like
Yeah.
you always got a voice on the inside regulating what you're doing.
One example of that, I mean, I don't know if you know this TV show, but this TV show was in the 70s. It was called Kung Fu. And David Carradine was like this Kung Fu master that trained when he was a kid and he would meditate and then he would just kind of wander the world. And he'd come into like these towns and People would confront him. There'd be criminals who want to fight him.